Hello and welcome back to Liliana's Legends. Today we were going to be talking about the different ways you can start up your uh, business and the way I specifically started mine. Um, just to let you all know, I am not a certified CPA, so consult a tax professional about what's best for you to do in your state and the tax implications therein of starting one up. So the different ways that you can actually start up your business for a online card shop is one. You can create your own website where you can sell your singles, sell sealed product, and whatever else you want. The second way is you can sell on TCG Player. For this one, you do not have to be a business entity, but I'd highly recommend still registering as a business because you will think differently when you go to sell the cards. And the third way is on Channel Fireball. For that one, there's a little more in depth that I am going to be going on into later on in this video. So the first way that I said you could do is you can get your own website. You can use any website creation platform, or you can try to write your own website. I personally did this way as one of the two ways I did it. I got a Squarespace website powered by Weebly. I started posting the single cards on there, and I realized that it was actually very difficult to do that because I could not integrate a coding in to get market pricing on it. But I will still post sealed product. My fiance, who is going to be doing the board gaming videos on here, actually she makes art and we sell it on there. And one of the items we have is actually right here. It's a little bill cipher that's cross stitched. But you can post all your singles on there. You can post all your sealed. You can pick the pricing. You can post any item you have in your stock to go ahead and sell on there. There's a lot more that goes into the shipping for that when it comes down to it. Like figuring out how you're going to inform your customer of who it's being shipped through and how to track their package. Are you going to be shipping it by weight? Are you going to be shipping it by size? Or are you just going to do a base shipping price? The second way that you can start up a online shop is with TCG Player using them. Now for TCG Player, you do not need to be a registered business, as I did state earlier in the video. But it is highly recommended by me that you do because you will think differently when you're posting on there about what prices you're selling for. Now, how can you get the product to be selling on there? Starting out, it is very hard to get any distributors if you do not have a commercially zoned business location. So my high recommendation is to actually start out with your old singles product that you have already collected over time as a player. The items you no longer want or need for play, you will be surprised at how much you already have invested into the business at that point in time when you're going through all of that. Now, when you're posting them, you have to assess the conditions of each card you're posting. So you have a limited amount of inventory space starting out on TCG Player. So I actually recommend that you go through and you pick what you think will sell. You can browse the different cards on TCG Player that you're thinking of posting and see how often they're selling on the platform. And you can match the market price for the cards, or if you want to be a little more competitive, you can try dropping the prices to get the sales to go up in the levels faster so you can post more cards. Once you get to a level 3 seller on TCG Player, you have I believe a 50,000 card or item inventory that you can have posted. That includes any TCG, Pokemon, Magic, Flesh and Blood, any Wii Shorts product, any of those card games. And it also includes binders and other supplies like card sleeves, Ulti-Pro products. Um, so you really have to put some thought into what you want to post and when you want to post it. Now, the final one is Channel Fireball. Now, for Channel Fireball, it gets a little more complicated because you do have to be a registered business entity, whether it's sole proprietorship, general partnership, an LLC. You have to submit your business license to them to gain approval to be a seller on their site. This is to add extra protection to make sure that it's not just your everyday person selling. It is a business who will have more care and more standards on how they are selling, the kinds of products they're selling. If they're saying it's near mint, it is most likely going to be near mint that you're buying. I personally prefer TCG Player over Channel Fireball just because of the fact Channel Fireball is a newer third-party selling platform. They've been around for a while, but they just recently started doing third-party selling to become a competitor of TCG Player in that sense. Now, I haven't gotten back on since that first week that they were open. I don't know how much has changed. Just because I'm so happy with TCG Player. Now, as far as how to get other newer product outside of your already existing cards to sell on these platforms, you will most likely have to find a smaller distributor who has some of the products. They will most likely not have a large amount of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic. Most likely they won't have Flesh and Blood or MetaZoo either. You might have to start out with that newer product being buying card slabs, card sleeves, Wii Shorts products. But by obtaining that distributor, you are also getting a history with distributors, which when you're applying for the larger distributors like Peachtree and Asmodee Games and all of those other bigger name distributors, they will like to see that you have a history of working with the distributor already and how long of a relationship you have had with that distributor to make sure that I'm not sure what goes on their end. I'm sure it's just like any sort of job interview where they might contact them and be like, hey, so we saw this person says they use you as a distributor, and they check with them to make sure you make on-time payments, that you don't default on any of the orders that you may place. Now, the other way that you would get newer product like Flesh and Blood, MetaZoo, Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, is you might actually have to go to someone who you'd consider a competitor, your local LGS, and end up buying sealed product from them to be able to sell on your Channel Fireball or TCG or your personal website. There are different ways that you can go about buying it from them. Most of the time, it's just you go in, you buy the product, and that's out on the shelf and get it. You pre-order it so that when they can hand out the pre-orders, you then get that phone call saying, hey, your pre-order's ready to pick up. And you go in and you pick it up a little bit earlier so that you can make sure that you can get that product up in time for you to have it for sale on release weekend. Now, another nice thing about TCG Player is as you go into doing a brick and mortar, from being online only, you can actually sign up as a certified brick and mortar hobby shop with them, which allows you to get into the pre-sale uh, time frame on their website where you can post the product and sell it before the release date. And with that, all you'd have to end up doing is on release day, you ship out the product and you state that it has been shipped. Of course, I have not gotten to that point, but TCG has a nice community of sellers that will also be helpful in giving you advice. They also have multiple programs, like TCG Direct, which is what I personally do now that I've qualified for it, where my cards are selling. They ship, if they have the card, they will ship it out for me, and I just get an invoice up to 3 times a week, or I will just get it once every 2 weeks, and I just have to collect those orders all in one package, and I mail it to them. And then they verify everything's there, they verify that the condition's correct, and they restock their inventory with it. That is personally what I do because it saves me a lot of time, money, and effort to do one package of a couple 100,000, 2,000 cards versus sending out so many orders that it adds up to a couple thousand cards. I just recommend you figuring out what you would want to do to get to where you want to be. Of course, always talk to your CPA first before you start any business, just because they can give you some tax advice about what you need to do to be able to get to the point where you want to be with your business. And of course, it is all up to you how you go about finding your CPA. But one suggestion I could have is talk to one of the local shop owners and ask them if they have any suggestions in CPAs that you could go to, or any local small business owner if they have a suggestion. That's it for today. If there's any other topics you would like me to cover, please let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I put out new content. Thank you.